Good morning once again. Mr. Tabo Maupa again for security training. Luckily, I got a chance and then I just decided to drop the next module, which is Module 4, Grade D, titled Access Control. By the way, all these modules that I am presenting here are well presented in these books. These are the books that I am writing through my knowledge. They are also available on request. If you want to buy the books, the hard copies, feel free to contact us. We will supply you with the books. But if you want us to send it hard copy, then postage has to be included also, plus the price of the book. Right. So our module 4 at grade D, it's a module which is titled Access Control. For many people, if you say access control, they easily understand the fact that it's talking about entering and going out, of which your mindset is okay if you think it like that, because that's exactly what we are dealing with here. Let me start with the aim of this module. The aim of this module is to ensure that security officers are capable of enforcing access control to the best of their ability and is expected by the client as well as the company, according to their job description, of course. Right. That is the aim of this module. Then we come to the objectives. The objectives of this module. Number one, you must know the definition of access control. You can't enforce it. You cannot do anything on access control unless and until you know the definition, what it means. That is objective number one. Objective number two, you must know the reasons for access control or the reasons why we do access control. Right. Objective number three, you must know the functions of access control. What are the job functions that you do there? Right. Objective number four, you must know the legal aspects involved in access control. Right? Objective number five, you must know the 3D principle of security with regard to access control. Objective number seven, you must know the security knowledge that is required for somebody to be able to enforce access control. Number seven, you must know what is security aids. Very important. As well as the access control procedure. Those are the objectives of this module. Right. Let's begin at the beginning. The definition of access control. What is access control? Access control can be defined as the application of systems or methods to control entry, exit, and passage of people, vehicles, and goods into and out of premises. That is access control. Yep, it is the application of systems or methods to control entry, exit, as well as even passage of people, vehicles, and goods into and out of premises. Yes, definitely. That is the definition of access control. Very good. Let's go now to the reasons why we do access control, or the reasons for access control. We've got 5 reasons. Reason number one, why we do access control is number one, we want to know who has got access into which area. Anybody we are letting in on the gate, who is he, and where exactly is he going in the premises. Number two, how they are identified. You identify them by recording their names, ID numbers, phone numbers, contact numbers, and so on, addresses, and so on. Number three, we've got egress procedure, which simply means way in, way out. Right. Number four, how they are monitored during their period of work or visit. Because why we say work, they can be contractors just working for a short time and go, but how they are monitored during their period of work or visit, which includes also the people that work for that company. How are they monitored during their period of work? Then lastly, number five, observing all orders relating to access control. Those are the 5 reasons for access control. Number one, who has got access into which area? 2, how they are identified. 3, egress procedure, which simply means way in, way out. 4, how they are monitored during their period of work or visit. 5, observing all orders relating to access control. Right. On the 5th reason, observing all orders relating to access control. What are the orders? It brings us to our third part, which is the functions. The orders relating to access control are the functions of access control. Right. Here are the functions now. Number one, control of visitors. You are the person who controls the access of the visitors, the way in and the way out, and their purpose of visit and so on. Right? Number two, supervising entry and exit of all regular employees. Some companies, they use cards. The workers just swipe in or put a thumbprint which identifies them and then they are in. But you must be there to supervise that entry and exit of all the regular employees. And that is function number two. Function number three, controlling or regulating all vehicles and people and parcels and goods entering and leaving the premises. Right, that is number three. Number four, escorts. Doing escorts, especially visitors that are going to high-risk areas, they must be escorted, and it's one of the functions to escort them. Number four, radio communication. Very important. Actually, radio and telephone communication, because for you to confirm about a visitor, so that they must confirm the appointment, you have to use either telephone or radio. That is the fourth function of access control. And then we have maintaining visitors book. You have to update it on a daily basis. The people who gained access yesterday, at the close of the day, you have to put a line with a red pen there and then start a new day to show that this was yesterday and this is today. So you have to keep on updating and maintaining the visitors book. Right. Those are what we call the functions of access control, or the work that you actually do at the access control point. Right. Let's come now to the access control procedure itself, how it is done. Right. Somebody arrives at the access control point, you go to the person, if it's in the car or walking on foot, you inquire, you actually greet first. Good morning, sir, good afternoon, sir, or good evening, sir. How may I help you? Okay, I want to go to department so, maybe let's say workshops, right? Okay, do you have an appointment, sir? Yes, I do have an appointment. Then I take my radio, if they are on radio communication, if they've got a device, or I go to the telephone. I contact the department workshops. I've got Mr. Ian McLaren here. Then they confirm that, he must come. Then I ask the person to produce some form of identity so that I can record his particulars in the visitor's book, as well as his car if he's mobile. Then after that, I ask him to declare if he has got any prohibited things like firearms and any prohibited stuff in that premise. If he's got a declare, if he's got a firearm, I take the firearm, I give him a receipt which shows that the firearm is being kept by security, and then he signs in the book in the firearm register, and then from there, I give him a visitor's tag. Then he's on his way in. If that area he's visiting, it requires an escort, I arrange escort, or I actually escort the person, and the person goes in. Right. When the person is coming out now, I collect my visitor's tag, I return the firearm, I take the receipt, and then thank them for their cooperation. If it requires that we have to search the vehicle, search them, it differs from place to place. Some reserve the right to search at any given moment, then we do the searching, and then wish them a nice day. Then it's done. That is the access control procedure. Right. Let's come now to what they call the 3D principle of security with regard to access control. The 3Ds, D number one, it means denial. It stands for denial. Number two, it stands for deterrence. Number three, it stands for detection. Right. If they say the first D is denial, denial now it means to refuse. That is the first line of defense. It comes in the form of physical security aids like fences, walls, razor wire, electric fencing, where there will be a main gate where everybody must go in. So people cannot come from any direction except on the designated gate, which is the access control point. Because we have put fences, you can't jump the fence, you have to go through the gate. That is what we call denial. We deny people from coming from every direction except only through the gate where we are conducting our access control. That is denial, the first D in the 3D principle of security. That is the first line of defense. The D number two, it stands for detection. How detection? We've got fences, we've got gates and locks and everything. But we must have visibility, we must be able to see what is happening. Then one, we can either put up cameras and put lighting for visibility at night. We put monitors in the guard room. We put security guards on foot with dogs to monitor and do observation. That is what we call detection. It means you are able to see all around what is happening. That is the second line of defense. Then the third one, deterrence. It means we ensure that crime does not take place. We put safes and strong rooms inside the premise. After the first line of defense, second line of defense, this is the third and last. That's why they call it deterrence. You can break the first line of defense, you can break the second one, but the third one, you're going to struggle to break a safe or a strong room. And that's where we put our valuables. That is what we call the 3D principle of security. All right. Then we come now to what they call security aids, or the aids that make access control effective. They are aids how? Because they aid the security officer, they help the security officer in order to do effective access control. Things like walls, fences, razor wire, electric fences, gates, locks, doors, windows, burglar proofing, CCTV, we've got turnstiles. It's quite a lot. Those are what we call the aids. If I want to refer the aids now, they take us back to the thing which they were saying, what is security? Security is the application of systems or methods to control, which security is they say security, it's a situation that exists because of the application of systems for protection of information, material assets and equipment, as well as personnel. Those security aids now are the measures that have been established for the protection of information, property, and personnel. So we call those security aids because actually they help to assist the security officer to be able to maintain effective access control. Right. Then we come now to the security knowledge that you must have in order to access control, to do access control. You can't just jump and say I can do access control. You need to have security language or knowledge, which is about 8 points all in total. One, you must be able to utilize all available aids, which means you must be able to operate all the available security aids, CCTV, monitors, cameras, electronic gates, metal detectors, and so on. You must be able to be utilizing all available security aids. Then number two, you must know your task description. That means job description. Exactly what are the functions that you are supposed to perform there, right? Number three, you must know your legal aspects. Legal aspects now, which means Section 42, powers of arrest. When do you arrest a person? Understand? Manner of effecting an arrest, search procedures and techniques. You understand? Those are the legal knowledge that you must have, legal aspects, in order for you to be able to enforce access control. Then after the security knowledge after the legal aspects, you must be able to be to have radio communication skills and telephone communication skills, right? And then you must have powers of observation to be able to detect if someone is about to commit a crime or they've committed a crime, right? Then you must also know immediate action rules, right? Immediate action rule in case of robbery, immediate action rule on discovering a fire, immediate action rule on discovering a bomb, immediate action rule in case of strike, immediate action rule in case of accident, all those things that can happen at any time. You must know all the immediate action rules. Then you must know the behavioral patterns of people. How that they behave. If I see someone doing like this, is he stealing? I think he's stealing. Then I can approach that person, you understand? So that is all about access control. Actually, the message here says, if we could stick to the principles of access control, how it must be done effectively, then people won't be able to gain access. The problem arises because some people, they are just let in because they know the person or because of some reason, and then that person decides to bypass the rules and regulations and people just go in. But otherwise, if we stick to the regulations of access control, nobody will be allowed inside without permission, because that's where all the problem starts. Right, thank you very much. This is the end of the module. The questioning that you have there, question 1, it says, define access control. Access control is the application of systems or methods to control entry, exit, and passage of people, vehicles, and goods into and out of premises. Question 2, list 5 reasons for access control. 1, who has got access into which area. 2, how they are identified. 3, access procedures, simply meaning way in, way out. 4, how they are monitored during the period of work or visit. 5, observing all orders relating to access control. Which orders? Which brings us to question 3. Question 3 says, list 5 functions of access control. 1, control of visitors. 2, supervising entry and exit of all regular employees. 3, maintaining the visitors book. 4, regulating all parcels, people, and vehicles entering or leaving the premises. 5, escorts or arranging escorts. 6, radio communication. You must be also doing that. Right. Then question number 4, it says, list 5 points under the security knowledge that you need to have in order to enforce access control. Right. 1, utilizing of all available security aids. 2, radio communication. 3, maintaining the visitors book. 4, which is the 4th one? Is the it's maintaining the visitors book, control of visitors, supervising entry and exit of all regular employees, arranging escorts, searching when required. Those are the only 4 questions that you have there. Thank you very much for watching. I am done with access control. I'm gonna come with module 5, which is occupational safety, maybe this afternoon or tomorrow. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Please just keep on liking or commenting. Commenting will actually make us improve what we are trying to do, as well as you can subscribe so that you continue getting the information. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day. God bless you.